Whatever. Anyway, it's going to be Hero Join coming out for CJ Entis, and he's going to be playing against a Terran, so it's going to be... Oh, he switches race to Protoss. I was going to say, we don't have any Protoss yet, but no, it's going to be a PVT here in set number 2. Hero Join versus some Protoss. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? If Hero can take this, then we will go to an ace match. If the Con player wins, then we will go to a game 3. Look at him psyching himself up. Meditate. And it's gonna be reality. Alright. Who is, looks like 2-1 in StarCraft 2. And he's got 2 wins against Protoss here. So reality seems to be one of the few Terrans among the Brood War pros who has actually figured out how to beat Protoss in TVP. So this should be quite good. Should be quite good. And the stream sound is a little bit loud, but presumably it's fine on the stream since nobody's complaining about it. And people do love to complain. It's alright, I heart you guys. I heart all of you. Am I Korean? That's a negative. And here we go into the game. This is Hero Join spawning as the red Protoss on the right side. Getting a touch of lag. Let me just make sure my other stream is actually off. Okay, looks like it is. Good, good. And that means reality will be the blue Terran on the left. We are on Antigua Shipyard. And I'm actually just looking at the worker splits right now. Like a lot of SC2 pros, you know, they do that thing where you like, you know, force workers to mine from the close patches. You kind of spam click a little bit. I don't know if the Brood War pros are quite so anal about that. Rape! Molestation! Sexual assault! Somebody arrest that guy! That guy, man, that guy. Anyway, looks like scouting SCV going over. Now, that's a fairly early scouting SCV. He scouted after Depot or something, or even before. I mean, look at this, the gateway's not even down yet. And, oh, is he just gonna engineering bait the natural or something? What is he doing? Looks like he's... Man, reality seems to be really paranoid about cheese. Look, he checks the back of the natural there for I don't know what. Like, it's way too early for anything. And if it was proxy gates, I don't think they would be proxied at the natural there. I don't know, maybe he just like misclicked or something? Yeah. That's interesting. Anyway. Look, wait, what is he so paranoid about? Or is he actually proxying himself? Oh, I think he's actually proxying himself. Okay, that makes more sense. Wait, but he showed the SCV though, so look at this. There's already a probe looking for this SCV. Look, if you look on the minimap, there's a probe running around the natural. This probe just did a loop around the natural to make sure that there's no proxy barracks. But that is like a ridiculously early SCV, but it's not actually proxying or doing anything. And there's no, like, I don't know why he was like scouting around the natural in the third. It's like, what is actually going to be there? What do you expect to be there? Like a couple gateways or something? I don't. Like a hidden nexus? What is going to be there? Like he saw everything in the main. Anyway, looks like he's just going to 1-rax expand here. Do the good old gasless expand. Pretty standard stuff. Just going to bunker up the front. Be fine. And let's see, what is the Protoss doing? Looks like a summoning score is about to finish here. It's got both gases. He's got 3 guys on the gas. Yeah, looks like he's got 3 guys on both gases. So it's not going to be that like 2 guys on each gas build that lets you fast expand anyway. He's going to be going for some kind of tech here. What is it going to be? Robo? Twilight Council? He's going to get Warp Gate first, obviously. Going to get that Stalker out. Looks like he's actually chronoed the first Stalker just to chase that scouting SCV. Meanwhile, built a hidden pylon here at that bottom right main base. couple of barracks being added for reality, so he's gonna be pumping out those mariners. Still don't see what the tech is from the Protoss. He does have a probe sitting at his natural, so looks like he is actually saving up the money to expand now. So I'm not really sure why he needed the double gas if he's going to expand. He's just going to go for a fast expand. At the very least, he could have just kept 2 guys on each assimilator, and that would have been a little bit more efficient. I mean, that's a pretty standard thing to see nowadays, that taking the both gases but just leaving 2 guys on the gas. But anyway, gonna chrono now spend a chrono on the warp gate tech. Looks like bunker going up at the front for reality, and getting that first tech lab there. So looks like it's gonna be a second gateway and a third gateway follow up. So this looks basically like a pretty standard 1 gate expand build, except he took a second gas, I think, a little bit early. Probably gonna get a robo shortly after this. And you know, the extra gas is not necessarily bad. Of course, he can get a few extra sentries and whatnot. And wow! Oh, barely seeing it there. Oh man, that was a nicely positioned pylon, trying to take advantage of that line of sight blocking gas, but unfortunately, unfortunately for Hero rather, Reality's SCV, Reality's mind hacks there, just seeing that pylon. Of course, pro gamers, you know, they play hundreds and hundreds of games, so they generally get a good sense of, you know, where pylons are hidden and what's going on. Meanwhile, though, there are actually a lot of, or rather, a second pylon being planted here, kind of just directly in the path to the Terran base, and it looks like Hero's going to try and put on a little bit of pressure here. He does already have 5 sentries, of course, thanks to that early second gas. So I guess this might be his intention, is you know, to get a fast expansion, but if he can, try and punish the Terran expand a little bit. Of course, he might use those force fields to force field the SCVs away from the bunker, from the repair, but I don't think he has enough units here, and he doesn't quite repair or force field off the bunker. It looks like he's doing it now, and the bunker is going to go down, but I don't think he really has enough units. There's a lot of Marines on the high ground here. There's SCVs as well. Another bunker is being built, and he's going to lose a lot of these sentries if he's not careful. Yeah, he's going to back up now. I think it's a good idea. Does not want to give up those gas heavy sentries this early in the game. Stim is also almost done. So when Stim finishes, I think it's going to be very, very risky for him to attack. But it looks like he's going for it again. He's already lost 1 sentry. And here we go. He's picking off some of these SCVs. He's keeping the pressure on, losing a Stalker as well. But the Marines is doing so much damage here. And Stim is literally seconds from finishing. Just 3 more seconds and it will be finished. +1 attack on the way, as well as a starport. More sentries coming out for Hero. Is this going to work? That is a lot of sentries, though. If he can get some, you know, good force fields off, he might be able to do something here. But, you know, he doesn't have the high ground vision, so he has to kind of walk really, really close. He's just kind of trying to poke in here, see what's up. And, oh, it looks like he actually managed to find a good angle to kind of get high ground vision. But 5 SCVs pulled to repair that bunker. Meanwhile, Factory floating out just to have a look at what's going on. And it looks like Hero is going to pull his forces back at least a little bit here. Yeah, better not to commit there, I think, and he is actually going to go home. So just, you know, putting on a little pressure. I mean, I think he got, you know, I don't know, 5 or so SCVs maybe, and a few Marines, and he only lost like a sentry and a Stalker. So I think it was a good exchange for him overall. And you know, he kind of knew his limits. He was like, okay, now I've done enough damage. You know, if I keep committing here, I might get owned, so I better go home. And looks like he's actually following up with Double Forge, going to get those double upgrades going. Very, very nice. Getting the Twilight Council as well. Of course, going to need that for the +2, but it can also get some blink for his Stalkers. Or even some charge, I guess. But in the meantime, Reality doing very standard stuff, just getting his Bio Ball up. Got his reactored Starport going. And looks like some Stalkers in the main base just to intercept any medevacs, leaving the sentries at the front. I like that. So, you know, the Stalkers, you know, it's a very common tactic for the Terran to like drop in the main and simultaneously attack the natural. So you leave your slow units, your Zealots and your sentries at your natural, and then you keep your Stalkers kind of in your main base to intercept the dropships, or sorry, the medevacs rather. It's gonna take me a while to get that one right. It's gonna be like when Artosis just started casting GSL, you know, dropships and sunken colonies in StarCraft 2 for the win. But anyway, looks like Factory gonna come in here. Gonna see the Stalkers there, so he's gonna, you know, be very careful if he does try to drop here. Gonna move towards the natural, but there are Zealots and sentries, even a photon cannon being made just to make absolutely sure that you know, the Terran isn't able to just outright kill him, like what happened to poor Bisu against Cop. Spoiler alert! In the meantime, looks like he's putting on a little bit of pressure here. He's got to be very, very careful though. Sentries make this kind of move a little bit risky, of course. Even if he does get trapped, he can just load up in the medevacs and pull them out. But it looks like he's actually going for a very interesting strategy. He's just loading up and dropping on the natural here, just circumventing the ramp. Wow, nice little move by Reality. And actually, are there enough Protoss forces here? The sentries are in the front. The sentries are tanking all the hits. All the sentries go down. Oh my god, and the Zealots are getting caught behind here. Horrible engagement for Hero, but the extra Zealot, the Zealot Surge might be enough. Looks like he actually did go for charge first, so it looks like he will survive, but he just lost almost all of his sentries. Such a costly engagement for Hero. Wow. I think Reality should be very happy with the result there, even though he is having to pull back. He's going to lose a few more units, going to do some nice stutter set micro here, but the Zealots do have charge. It's going to be a little bit difficult for him. He's losing all his medevacs, though. He does not want to be losing these medevacs. Even though he got all the sentries, he's also losing his own expensive units. So both players actually kind of exchanging their expensive units there, and then just backing away. Oh man, what was this? Go back, Sentry, go home! Sentry, go home! Is he not going home? Is he not actually hotkeyed? Oh man, 44 units lost. Or is that units killed? I think it might be units killed. Look, I think he just lost that sentry. I think that sentry actually just chased that factory all the way back to the bio ball. Look, there's actually no sentry now with the army. He just doesn't care about sentries. He's just making High Templar. So it looks like, what's his face? Heroes decided to just go straight for this Charge Lot Archon High Templar composition. Not going to bother with any Colossi. And I do personally like that style better. For no other reason than that I'm like prejudiced against Colossi because they're terrible. Anyway, looks like he's chroning out a Warp Prism as well. Psystorm is about to finish. Psystorm is now done. I think +1 attack is done, +1 armor is on the way. Looks like the Bioforce is moving out again. Just 2 medevacs here because he did lose a bunch of medevacs before. Meanwhile, the Warp Prism is moving out. He barely misses the Warp Prism actually. But he is going to send a Marine over to third base. Going to see that there's no third yet for the Protoss. His factory is on fire. I don't know if it's actually burning or not. Meanwhile, we do see the Ghost. I believe that's Ghost Energy. Is that Ghost Energy? I think it's Ghost Energy in the production tab. Sorry, I'm still not 100% familiar with all the StarCraft 2 icons. But the War Prism is going into the main. Now, the Bioforce is actually out of position here. It's in the middle of the map. So he's going to have to pull SCVs here. It looks like it's just not going to be a warp in though. Whoa, what? 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 Whoa. It's super effective! Okay, Hero Join was apparently just not paying attention at all. He's gonna kill a few units here in the front, but... That's, okay. Whoa! Hello, medevacs! Are those real? I guess they must be real. They're not hallucinations, are they? Hallucinated medevacs. Lol. Oh man, a huge stim! But it looks like they're actually not even going to engage, so a bit of a wasted stim there. Fortunately for him, he has like 1 trillion medevacs, but there are a bunch of High Templar. He's got to be careful not to clump them though. Are there any ghosts out? Looks like there's actually no ghosts out yet. I think Ghost Energy is finished, but a nice Psystorm on the bio. Oh my god, huge storms on the bio ball, though that one actually got more damage on the Zealots, I think. This is storms going everywhere. That storm did way more damage to the Zealots. It's just relentless storms on both sides here. And I think Reality is actually going to get taken down. Reality just cannot hold the well-upgraded, you know, storm-supported Protoss force, and he just gets decimated. Wow. I can just see all the Protoss Imba posts right now from those Terrans. And GG from Reality. Hero takes set number 2, and that means we are going to go to an ace match. Khan took the Brood War best of 3. CJ takes a StarCraft 2 best of 3. So who's coming out for ace? Is it going to be Effort? Is it going to be... I guess it must be Effort. Yeah, bring on the Protoss OP. Protoss OP! Man, it's so funny. Some Terran was so